Good day, people of YouTube, and welcome to day 20 of the Commander Deck Build Challenge thing. We are down to our last 7 booster packs. Let's see if we can get something good out of the last few. So, we are going to go with this one, which is Ultimate Masters, which was the third Master Set thick booster we got, so thankfully we got all 3 of those. This one was not a disappointment, has a bunch of meaningful reprints, and honestly, I love the set. Also, I've just realised the camera is not fully aligned, so apologies, I've got no strings. Oh dear. Okay, let's see what we can grab. And what is actually here that's worth any kind of value? Zombie token. Absolute value in this zombie token. Alright, so our foils actually have... Oh, wait a minute, they've done this... Oh. Well, I guess we're doing this in the wrong order. However, I do actually need a Phyrexian Tower, so that's at least something. We begin with a Stitcher's Apprentice. Put a 2/2 blue homunculus creature token onto the battlefield, then sacrifice a creature. So, I mean, there's almost no reason we're playing that, I don't think. So we're going to move on to our Phyrexian Tower, which is a legendary land, which I do need a copy of for a different commander deck. Sacrifice creature, add double white to your mana pool, or just add colourless mana. Yeah, I mean, there was actually a Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth in the deck, but Phyrexian Tower is actually not bad. I think in terms of overall value, that's probably the cost of the booster covered with just that. And there's some uncommons that can that have a reasonable amount of value, and we're going to go through those now, I guess. Slippery Boggle, which we could play. 1/1 hexproof. It really just wants a bunch of auras and equipments added onto it, but it's a 1/1 that can't be targeted by enemy spells. It's a reasonable 1-drop creature as these things go. Just a case of what can we do to power it up. We then have an Apprentice Necromancer. Sacrifice Apprentice Necromancer, return target creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, and then sacrifice it the next turn. So, yeah, play extension, but again in the wrong colour. We then have Wild Hunger, which I'm just going to put that down there. Wild Hunger. Target creature gets +3/+1 and gains trample until end of turn, and it has flashback for free and red. So flashback means you can cast it from the graveyard for its flashback cost. So effectively this is a spell that does 2 things. And on that basis it's a little more worth playing than some of our other cards that we have had in as options in previous booster packs. Next up we have Hyena Umbra, which is a great little aura. So it's a 1-mana enchantment aura, and what it does is it gives the creature +1/+1 and first strike, but more importantly it gives it totem armor. So if the enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead the enchantment is destroyed. So in addition to everything else, it saves your creature from dying once, which makes it really good and might just be picked for are we pivoting again? I mean, in fairness, it's a good card, so we might take it anyway on that basis. But let's see what else we've got. We then have a Sultai Skullkeeper, which has, when it enters the battlefield, you may put the top 2 cards of the library into your graveyard. So self-milling for 2, I don't think we have any real need to do that sort of effect, so we're going to ignore it. We then have Foil, which is a counter spell. You may discard an island card and another card rather than pay this spell's cost, counter target spell, or we can just pay 4. I have a foil copy of Foil, just because. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I don't mind counter magic too much, so yeah, what can you do? Also, we're not looking to have too much else, so we might actually want it. Grave Scrabbler. When it enters the battlefield, its mana cost was played, return target creature card from the graveyard to owner's hand. Other than that, it's an overcosted 2/2, so really there's no reason you'd play that for 4, I don't think. If its mana cost was played, yeah, there's no reason not to do that. We then have a Groundskeeper. Turn target a basic land card from your graveyard to your hand. Fine if we're self-milling, but I don't think we have anything that works with that, so we're going to have to leave it. Best common in the set. Certainly if you're drafting. Gurmag Angler. It is a 1-mana 5/5. Well, really it's 7 mana, but you can delve that away. If you have ways of putting stuff in your graveyard, 1-mana 5/5. You can't say no to that in a draft environment. We then have Double Cleave as a spell, which is a 1 hybrid mana. Haven't come across any hybrid cards because we still haven't pulled any Ravnica, but basically you can pay 1 of either of the 2 halves of the colour to make that mana cost. So 1 and either 1 red and 1 white. and the creature gains double strike until end of turn. Also, I kind of guess we had hybrid mana there, but I didn't explain it on the boggle. We then have Heliod's Pilgrim, which is a good little it's a good little tutor in white, in all honesty. Search your library for an aura card, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's unfortunately not fine for this deck, I don't think. We then have Turn to Mist, which I like as a spell, but it's not going to be useful for us, I don't think. Remove target creature from the game, return that creature to play under its owner's control. So that allows it to dodge targeted removal. Also during the end step, so it can dodge mass removal as well, actually, come to that. So, yeah, okay, reasonable. And finally we have Nightbird Clutches, which is another sorcery with flashback. 2 creatures can't block. Okay. So, for useful stuff for our deck, it didn't actually give us that much. So, I'm thinking Hyena Umbra, because that's good for the white possible other deck that we have building up at the moment. The white-blue / white-red / whatever we end up doing. Rograk is still in my equipment deck, so it's actually... there is another card in this pool, Rograk, of course. But, yeah. We could still have the white-red equipment deck. It's possible. Just unlikely. What do our green split cards do again? Groundskeeper is almost never going to be relevant. That's not relevant. I mean, it's a spell? Skullkeeper doesn't do anything in our deck. The Homunculus doesn't do anything in our deck. These are all out. And of the double cards, the only thing we can take is the Boggle. Really, for what's in colour. It is a cheap creature for Animar, I suppose. I mean, there were some good cards in this, but just not anything that was good for us particularly. So I think we're taking Hyena Umbra, Slippery Boggle, and then it's whether I want to take the counter spell or whether I want to go Heliod's Pilgrim or something. Let's actually open up. I haven't done a review in quite some time about where we are, because I think I'm now saving that for deck building at the end. Let's, I guess, have a quick flick through our and see how many auras we're running with at the moment. So we have 1 in Curious Obsession. 2 in Dwiddle. Okay, maybe we could run with Heliod's Pilgrim if we went white-blue or some combination thereof. Nothing in green. We have a few equipment. Because I suppose the auras do power up Rograk as well. And we do have removal in white. Didn't pick up any white auras though, but a few white pump effects. Am I really debating pivoting again? I think I'm going to take Wild Hunger just on the basis that it's a spell we can use. We don't have enough to make Heliod's Pilgrim worth it. We could take the counter spell, I suppose, but I don't like situational counter spells, and that's a bit expensive where it is. I'll take a Negate if we had it. So that's 2 mana, counter a non-creature spell. But for 4 mana or 2 cards, plus 3 cards really, yeah, no, I'm going to take the Wild Hunger and the Slippery Bogle, and I think my Phyrexian Tower is going straight into a commander deck I need. So, yeah, thanks for joining us. That was the day. Until next time.